Well, usually my videos perform quite well, as they receive a huge number of likes, but also there are 1 or 2 persons who dislike them, which is normal, which is cool, I think. I'm really grateful for these people because they keep me on the ground, because nothing is perfect in life, not even me. But there is one video in my career that has the most controversial perception, and it is the video about the Colt Root carbine. Do you remember?
The 56 caliber version had a 5-shot cylinder, while the civilian versions were manufactured.
And I have to tell you, I understand why. Well, this is from the times when I started to use music, and I agree that this was a bad choice, a really bad choice. Just to prove that I can improve, here is the 2016 version of the original video, with some improvement in the content, of course. So let's revisit my roots, let's revisit the Colt Root carbine.
The Colt Root carbine was one of the very first percussion revolving rifles of the world. Sam Colt celebrated the opening of the new factory building in 1855 with a complete new line of firearms. The Sidehammer revolvers were designed by Elisha K. Root and Colt together, and the concept was patented in 1855. The modernized state-of-the-art factory immediately started to work on the carbine version as well. They added several versions to the product line in 56 and 50 calibers with various barrel length and 5 or 6 shot actions. The rifle you see here is somewhere between the civilian and the military versions. The 6-shot rifle has a 45 caliber bore, but it is also equipped with a bayonet lug. According to the British proof marks, this gun was probably sold on the British market through Colt's agents in England or through his own factory in London. The V and P letters indicate that it was officially proved in London. The sidehammer action designed by Root is a unique system, as the cylinder stop and the hand assembly are located at the rear of the frame. After removing the axis and the cylinder, it is easy to understand how the rotating and locking mechanism works. The cylinder stop is at the bottom and the hand is on the right side. Proving an excellent production quality, even after 1.5 centuries the cylinder gap is only a few hundreds of millimeters. The rifle is equipped with traditional open sights, but the rear sight is kind of special. For the first look, it seems to be a normal leaf sight, adjustable for 500, 100 and 300 yards. But if we would like to shoot to 100 yards very accurately, we also have the option to use the aperture sight built in the 300-yard leaf. The Root is the very first solid frame design of the company, and let's not forget that in those times the normal frame revolvers of Colt were all open top designs. The cylinder assembly is a unique concept also. The axis can be retracted by removing the 2 locking screws and pressing the release button on the frame. To remove the parts, first you have to put the hammer in half cock. Now press the release button and in the meantime remove the axis to free the cylinder. One unique feature of the Root cylinder is there is no ratchet attached to the back where the nipples are located. The ratchet itself, which is engaged by the hand assembly, is part of the cylinder axis. The flat end of the axis fits in the hole and transfers the rotating movement to the cylinder. The 27-inch barrel is nominally 44 caliber and the rifling twist is circa 1 turn in 30 inches. The condition of the bore is excellent, so it will be a good shooter, I think. The front sight is dovetailed, so it is adjustable horizontally. I slugged the bore to check the necessary bullet size. It measured 4.61 in the grooves and 4.48 inches between the lands, so we will need an oversized revolver bullet to have a tight fit.
And now it's time for some range time. In the original video I was shooting the rifle to 35 meters, and now I improved the distance to 50, which is a much more realistic combat distance.
My first load was 45 grains of 3F Swiss powder and a 461 soft lead round ball. The powder load could be increased to circa 60 behind the ball, but I was not after a big bang but accuracy.
It spits back. Otherwise it's a great fun to shoot this rifle.
The first group was not bad, but I was not really satisfied with the results, so I decided to move on to different loads. My second load was the same 45 grains of powder, topped by a 200 grain 4.56 conical bullet this time. The standard 4mm caps are a bit small for the original nipples, so if you have a rifle like this, it is better to go for the bigger diameter caps.
It's conical time.
Now this load was much better, but it was still not the tight group I was after that day. I spent some more time with the conical bullets, but I decided to switch back to the round ball and cut the load to 35 grains of powder. The loading lever of the 1855 Colt Root carbine was a new design also. The strong and reliable creeping style loading lever became famous with the 1860 model revolvers, but it was introduced with the Colt Root.
Orba vág, én nem tudom, mit csinálok.
The final group was satisfying, although it became clear that 2 of the 6 chambers will need some attention from a gunsmith as they threw away the bullets. But all the others were in excellent group at 50 meters, so we can declare that the right load for the original Colt Root carbine is found.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you enjoyed this new version much better than the old one. And if you like what you see, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You've been watching the Cap and Ball YouTube channel. Stay cool and keep your powder dry.